Hey there, gamers! Today we'll be taking a closer look at Ravenbound, the new open-world deckbuilder roguelike developed by Systemic Reaction, the same team behind the dinosaur-killing team shooter, Second Extinction. Ravenbound is a single-player experience that drops players into the fantasy world of Ávalt, a land inspired by Norse folklore, where players are tasked with finding a vessel strong enough to defeat the corrupted betrayer and cleanse the land of its evil. Despite its promising setup and engaging first hour, Ravenbound loses steam and presents an empty world and a gameplay loop that is repetitive, flawed, and unbalanced. GAMEPLAY. The game begins with players being assigned a human vessel and walked through a surprisingly fun tutorial that covers the main things players need to know in a short amount of time. The combat system, similar to Shadow of War, puts an emphasis on fluidity and impact, with players having access to light and heavy attacks, a sliding dodge, and a guard that parries enemies. Players can collect mystical stones called fragments dropped by strong enemies, and after collecting 3 of them, players can empower the fragments to acquire cards that provide weapons, armor, upgrades, and abilities. Using these cards costs mana, which is gained by getting a card that provides mana or by cleansing tears from hatred, the game's version of Malice from the Legend of Zelda series. Issues. However, the game's flaws become apparent after the first few minutes. Side quests are limited and center around defeating some enemies for money, which is the only way to get coins outside of a card that provides them. Healing without cards is impossible, and the only way to buy health from the potion vendor is to pay 50 coins, which is about half of the reward. Some vendors have items that cost up to 1,000 coins, which is impossible without good card RNG. Combat only serves to get players enough fragments to meet the empowerment required for the hard boss fights. Fighting any more than what's necessary is a pointless endeavor, especially when enemy encounters are curated pockets of the open world and are often quite easy. All of these things result in an experience that is tedious, unrewarding, and it leads to a waste of an aesthetically beautiful open world by giving players no reason to explore it, as there's nothing to gain by doing so. In conclusion, Ravenbound is a game that should be fun and addicting, but poor optimization and design decisions have had the exact opposite effect. We give Ravenbound a rating of 2 out of 5. Ravenbound is available now for PC via Steam and NVIDIA GeForce Now.